Hello, welcome back to Critical Rocket. Today I trying a different game again. This time is Darkest Dungeon. This was a game that came out on early access on Steam early February, so it's not that old. But I got it like about, well, literally a day ago, really, and so far I've really been enjoying it. So what I thought I'd do is I'd show the sort of very early section. So that's where I am at the moment. But this is one I started a few minutes ago. I got it past the initial cutscene and stuff, so there's not really much in the way of spoilers about the story. But basically, it's a 2D sort of classic party-based adventure game that has some pretty fucking evil stuff in it.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So yeah, it's like trying to like drip in atmosphere and stuff like that.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
The narrator's pretty cool. I do like him. And you've got combat works like this basically. Everyone takes their turns at attacking or healing and the such, and you've got your inventory down here and the different skills. So this is a highwayman class, so I guess you say he's like a rogue, and these are his traits basically. So he has a hard noggin, quick reflexes, and he's a known cheat. And the cool thing is that characters will gain and lose traits as you play. The longer they stay alive, the harder they become, but also the more sort of damaged, I guess you could say. And that's basically how combat works. It just looks really pretty. But the other thing is the game doesn't hold your hand. I mean, the game is pretty fucking hard.
The enemy crumbles.
You'll notice that you will very quickly start to run out of hit points on party members. I also like the sort of little animations for the walking and running.
Leave nothing unchecked.
So sometimes you can find like really cool stuff, other times you can find traps, and down here you've got the map, which in larger levels can be very intricate, and it becomes a game of trying to weigh up
Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned.
Whether you want to
to
continue that far, or whether you really want to sort of hold back and maybe even retreat from the dungeon, because it's just not worth the risk of losing a party member. Because if one of these two die, for instance, that's it, they're gone permanently. I can never get them back. So it becomes again a case like a lot of roguelikes, I guess, where there's a permadeath situation, and it adds to that sense of futile despair as you get your ass kicked.
Reeling.
As an example.
About to break.
So critical hits can cause you to lose sanity, basically. This is your sanity meter down here. They name it stress. When you hit 100 stress, your character is pretty much either gonna stand there and courageously fight, or he's gonna run and hide. So it means you miss a turn, or he might develop a trait. Like one of my Crusaders on my main game he's a kleptomaniac. So sometimes when I take him on quests with me and I find an item in the woods, he'll steal the items, so I won't get any of it. Which is, you know, it's not really annoying, but it sometimes you're just like, oh, I could really do with some food, and the next thing is the fucking kleptomaniac Crusaders nicked it on me.
Give them no quarter.
So, you know, you get loot, kill monsters. Let's see what we found in here. It's trapped. Oh, he's been poisoned. And that could be your reward for having a really hard fight, is you get fucking poisoned. Oh, it should be quite good. Gold is naturally very important in these kind of games. So there we go, they've ranked up. So their resolve rank has gone. That means that they don't gain stress as quickly. And then you see what new traits they've developed. So he has gained wasting sickness. So he has 50% disease resistance now. Well, minus 50%, so he's more likely to be poisoned. But he also gained a plus 15% disease resist, so I don't know how that worked that out. Meanwhile, Reynold here has become a clutch hitter, so when his health is below 50%, he gets an extra 3% critical chance. And they gain more of those the more you play. So even if you do really well in a mission, there's a chance you'll still get something negative.
Welcome home, such as it is.
So this is
squalid hamlet, these corrupted
just an
lands,
overview of
they
what's
are
been
yours
happening.
now, and you are bound to
These
them.
are all the things you have to complete within. So as it says here, these are all the classes: Leper, Crusader, Bounty Hunter, Highwayman, Jester, Vestal, Hellion, Occultist, Plague Doctor, and Grave Robber. There are other classes coming, because this being an early access title, there's still stuff that isn't completed yet. There are, I think it's 5 dungeon locations, but they only have 3 of those completed at the moment. There's a fair number of monsters though, to be fair. The classes that are currently in the game are pretty varied, actually. I suppose the only thing I wouldn't mind seeing is a bit more visual variation in them, but right now it's perfectly fine. So one of the buildings you
Women
get is
and
the
men,
stagecoach.
soldiers and outlaws.
So
Fools
basically, you don't have to
and
pay; you
corpses.
just recruit them,
All will find their
and you
way
use
to us
items
now
that
that the
you
road is clear.
pick up. These down here are your heirlooms, supposed to be from your family home that you're using to upgrade all of the town's buildings. So it will cost 4 deeds and was that 5 crests? Yeah, so 4 crests, and
Great
that will
heroes
bring
can
in
be
more
found
heroes.
even here, in the mud
And-
and rain.
Graveyard is where you'll see a list of everyone who's died
Most
from
will
our
end up
party.
here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Yeah, it's like everything's bleak. It's really good. So all these buildings here will unlock as you complete normal missions. You don't have to do anything specific to unlock them. You just have to play the game more, and it will unlock the stuff. And so, like, eventually you'll get the tavern, and the tavern is where characters can get rid of stress either by going to a brothel or drinking or gambling. And then you got the church or the abbey, where they can pray to relieve stress. The sanitarium, which is a bit more involved, that actually allows you to get rid of quirks. You obviously mainly want to get rid of negative quirks or any positive ones. I think there's a limit to how many they can have. I think it's about as long as that, so I don't know, maybe about 10 positive and negative quirks. You can upgrade their gear. You can these slots on any character is used for any equipment you might find. Equipment can be things like bracers, pendants, or the usual kind of accessory items in RPG games. You get camping skills along here, which you can spend money on once you unlock another location. I believe it's the survival camp, which is over there. That will allow you to unlock new skills while you're by the campfire. You only use the campfire on longer missions, though. When you do a short mission, there's no need to camp, but on longer ones you may need to bring 2 or even 3 stacks of firewood so you can rest and eat food and also heal. That's what some of these skills are. So Reynard has his current ones are Encourage, so he can reduce a companion's stress. He can relieve, he can give himself 35% stress resistance, and he can heal everyone by 10%. And his current skills are listed above, but he can learn other skills, such as there's a buff there: Inspiring Cry, Battle Heal, Holy Lance. And it's random what each one will get. If you get 2 Crusaders, another Crusader might have those 3 skills and miss 3 of those, you know, so it's kind of random. We've also got Stanley the Vestal. It's a female, but I don't know. So this one is slightly different from my current Vestal, because this one has Mace Bash, whereas everyone's got Judgment, so she can like sort of self-heal, but she also has like a party heal. And you can see she already has quirks, so she's a tippler, so she only drinks in the tavern, and she's obsessed with killing apparently. And when the light is below 25, she does an extra 10% damage. Dismaz, obviously we know he's a known cheat, and he gained Robust. It looks like the other negative quirk he got must have cancelled out by the Robust one. I guess that's kind of fortuitous. And Emery, our Plague Doctor. Creeping Cough, so he's got -5 accuracy, -5 dodge, -1 speed, and he has max -50% to his hit points. It's just brilliant. That's such a shit that's such a shit hero to start with. So anyway, to go on quests, you click Embark.
Of madness and morbidity.
So these are the areas. The
Your
Cove
work
isn't unlocked
begins.
yet, and neither is Darkest Dungeon, the actual name of the game. But Ruins, Weald, and Warrens are available, and they have it's a completely random set of map tiles. that they work on, and you get different types of missions. This one is a skirmish, so you have to complete all of the battles that you encounter. So what we have to do now is build a party. So you'll notice that up here you have these circles that represent where they prefer to be in the party, from right to left, and what kind of targets they can hit with their abilities. If you look on, also you'll notice the same dots on here as well. It'll show you where the character can use those skills. So basically a Crusader is shit in the third and fourth slot. He can't do anything. He has to move up. So he has to be in the first or second slot, and he can only hit targets in the front rows of the enemy party. Whereas a character like Dismas here works best in the second and third slot, and he can hit everyone, but he prefers to hit the second target. If anything, that seems to give him his best chance of doing high damage. Emery works better in the back rows, although they're not particularly big on doing damage. Plague Doctors are more about causing debuffs. So putting that, and we have Stanley here, who also works sort of best in that. So what we'll do is we'll move the Plague Doctor to the very back. We'll have Stanley third. So once you've got your party sorted, then you have to give them provisions.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Blood, yes. So you've got your cash that you get from your quest. Now, not only do you have to use that to do things like upgrades and pay for them to get rid of the stress, you also have to buy all of your stuff before you embark. So food is useful because the party will get hungry, so they need the food. Food will restore a tiny amount of health per unit consumed. Shovels are useful because you'll come across obstacles that you need to clear. If you don't have a shovel to clear them, your party takes damage to do so. Torches are really important. They are necessary to keep the light increased. The lighter the dungeon that you're crawling through, the easier it is. If you make it darker, the harder it gets. Supposedly the rewards are better, but to be honest, in the early stages you don't want to be sort of risking anything like that. You probably just want to make sure that you get through the entire encounter alive. Frankly, it's not worth just risking everything just because you want slightly better rewards. So we'll go with that. So now we embark. The ruins is, I guess you could say, it's the easiest of the locations.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin
this is
than the seat
like a proper
of
map.
noble
So
line.
you can zoom this in and out on here. This is your light meter, so when it's at 100, as you can see, scouting has increased monsters. You have a higher chance of monster surprise. When you surprise an enemy, you basically get like a free action against, which will be very useful. Controls are also extremely simple. Left and right is A and D, and you can't actually leave the room until you pick a square, but you can only pick an adjacent square, so we have to pick that. Here we go. Now you can pick any of your party members to open the box, or any item that you come across. So contains stashed heirlooms, so some crates. So move on, and we stepped on a trap.
Ambushed by foul and
So he's already taken a fair amount of damage, and his stress has already jumped up ridiculously. Yeah, you gain stress as you march through a dungeon anyway. Oh, some undead, but we surprised them, so here we go. So let's see, illumination. What? So we'll just have a heal since the Plague Doctor's already in a bad state. Let's try a Grape Shot Blast, that might hit all three. Nope, they dodged. Yep, having a bit of a shit time at the moment. We've Zealous Accusation. There we go, actually did some damage. So, and that's just how it can be. You know, sometimes you can get really good rolls, and then other times RNGesus will just screw you over completely. So let me try that again. There we go.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, now getting kills will sometimes reduce stress.
As the
Also,
fiend falls, a faint
critical
hope
hits
blossoms.
by your party members will also reduce their stress.
Confidence surges as the
Getting
enemy crumbles.
hit by an enemy's critical will increase your stress. And trust me, it wouldn't surprise me if the party member or two here get stress, just because this is actually a pretty tough dungeon for you to tutorial on. I don't think you can die in this though, but I might be wrong there. Right, so we've got a pack. Right, some more gold and stuff. You think you're getting a load of gold, but trust me, by the end of it you won't. Oh Jesus Christ, maggots! These things are annoying. These can stun you. And they see there's the crit there, and nearly everybody got a reduction in their stress. And we got surprised, so we're just getting the shit kicked out of us by these friggin' maggots at the moment. Right, so this is where it is like, oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. It didn't hit everybody. Luckily maggots don't have a lot of hit points, so you may as well get some healing in there. He's stunned. Great, that's not good.
Be gone, fiend.
Oh. So yeah, that pretty fucking hurt. Right, so there's nothing in that room, so we continue on. We get another torch. You can notice the light in the environment is slowly fading.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Right, we've got another box here. Stashed heirlooms! By the way, there's a lot of heirlooms apparently knocking around this place. There must be fucking thousands of them. Oh god, cultists. Oh, but we surprised the cultists. Okay, so that's a good start because these bastards will bleed you. Alright, I'm just gonna use her as a healer. Alright, well we got rid of the skeleton at least, I guess. And might be able to poison him? Yes, we did. Wow. Oh, no, he resisted. Eldritch push can actually knock the party member out of position, sort of pushing them back. Those little skeleton bone courtiers they are so annoying. Let's get rid of him. So that's the thing, the RNGesus of it all. I'm going to go for that little bastard. There we go. Because it is tempting splash thing, whatever the fuck he calls it. That's an annoying move. Luckily, cultists, they're not dead, so they can bleed. That's it. Yeah, increase the stress of the guy who's already stressed game. Yeah, thanks for that, yeah. Yeah, that's great. Oh, she dodged. Perfect. I still like the sounds of, no, did you miss? No, that's shit for you, isn't it?
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So, yeah, we did that. So, oh, it's actually scouting. So, if you're looking to get a scout, you can find out sort of what's ahead. So we have a confessional. The hero is absolved of sin. Oh, right, so it removed his quirk. That's the first time it's ever happened for me. Usually it just says like, his sins are too much to bear.
The path is clear.
Now this is hunger, so
only the strength
you
to
eat full
follow
food and everyone will regain 5% of their health. You can use the food anytime you want, but I tend to leave it like that. So here there's a trap on the floor, so you'd suspect the rogue might have the best chance, but no, the rogue was fucking useless. And he stepped on the trap, because he's an idiot. He rolled a 1, basically. He botched it. Oh good, more skeletons. But we surprised the skeletons. And also they're going, these dumbasses are still alive. Come on man, there's 3 skeletons, how did you miss? There we go. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. There we go, really, that's it, thinning the herd. That's what you gotta do in this game. You gotta get rid of them fucking skellies. Right, there we go, that's what we'll see. Oh, my stress. Yeah, need to get rid of the big guy. He's got things like shield bash and just annoying moves like that. So, come on, can we get rid of him? No. Ah, right, he might die from the poison. Yeah, there we go.
Prodigious
Nice.
size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
It's just the little lines from the narrator. It's fucking sweet. You know, I've not used this. Oh, that does damage. Okay, and debuffs him. It's 20 to dodge. I didn't help him. Still got stabbed. Oh, he still got bayoneted, didn't he? Hey!
Powerful blow.
Look at that. -5 stress across the board. Victory!
This expedition at least promises success.
And it's trapped. Fucking brilliant. But we resisted it. Yay. So yeah, that's what amuses me about it. It's like, yes, you said it's really hard to find anything. Alright, some sweet loot in that chest, and you open it, it's like, no, it's got some fucking demon inside it. The shit out of you. The backtracking, I have to admit, can be a little annoying. You can still get attacked though on the whole backtrack front. In fact, if you end up in another room, and rare occasions it will actually scout the room again. It'll scout ahead and it'll show you that there's another battle, but sometimes I have had it in the past where I've walked through an area I've already cleared and there'll be more monsters. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, sometimes you want to kill as many monsters as possible to gain the XP. Other times you're desperately hoping that you don't get attacked at all. Oh fuck, another trap. Where is it? Just can use some of the food. There we go. 2 hit points. And we got surprised. So everyone got moved around. Perfect. Ow. Ow. Yeah, party members start to get a little panicky. Seriously. Mace to the face. Grip shot lost. Not so much damage as I was kind of hoping for there, guys, but... Okay, right, we got rid of one. This is where the situation where I have to move the Crusader each turn further up to the top of the food chain kind of thing. The mace bash. Yay! A rare dodge. Oh, 2 dodges in a row. I'm on fire. Ah, nice. Another kill. Good, 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 good. Guess we'll move in there. Yes. This way, you want a situation where you're not taking any damage. You just want to quickly burn through the enemy. Nice.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay, so now you have to rejig the pie. Yeah, there we go. Right, so what was in here? The pack contains loot. Some holy water, which I've not had to use yet. Yeah, this is where we have to get rid of something. Stuff for some gold. No, you know what? I will leave that. Okay, so what's in this room that's going to try and eat my face? Oh, nothing, but we are scouting. So 2 more items, another fight, and presumably a treasure room. So the final room. Alchemy lab. Okay, so we'll go with the Plague Doctor for this one. An accident occurred during the experiment and he almost poisoned himself. Brilliant. Oh. Right, now, he's obviously got a quirk. What's his quirk? Oh, kleptomaniac. So, it said whistle there because that was his kleptomaniac trait kicking in, and he tried to nick the gear.
As the light gains purchase,
Oh god, maggots and spiders.
and purpose is made clear.
So, shit, that really wasn't the kind of... That wasn't the kind of beginning I was hoping for, too. He does a mixed one. Oh, but it only hits the back. Oh, crap. Gotta get rid of the maggots first. You really have. Alright, okay. So heal. And then he can use Zealous. There we go. See, that's the situation of a perfect encounter.
Remind yourself
What do
that
you mean?
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
have to get rid of something, aren't I? I'll get rid of the skeleton key. I haven't actually come across anywhere that needs a skeleton key yet, but maybe I've been missing something. There was like a hint on the map. Here we go. This will be the final fight of the dungeon.
Reeling, about to break.
It's Graveyard Slash. Wow, they really don't like this. They really don't like the cleric. Nope, shield bash. But nope, he didn't get stunned. That's good damage for that. Let's see if we can. Alright, finished him off. See if we can. Oh shit, we can't. Can't like, finish him off. So we'll just have to do damage across the board. Alright. Yeah, we got this now. I mean, they might try and kill the cleric, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, let's go healing it. Oh wow, 1 hit point. It's amazing. Quite interesting you can poison skeletons. Oh, excuse me. Throat starting all dry there. Nope. Crusader actually dodged for a change. Ah, there we go, back to full. Poison. Go on. Yes, nice. I thought he was going to give the computer one last hit, but nope.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So, okay, so we can only take a few items, and I'm going to leave that there, because frankly, I don't care about it. Chest contains heirlooms, but I don't have enough room for those heirlooms apparently, so we'll get rid of that. You don't keep any gear that you had from
The match
this
is
anyway,
struck.
so...
A blazing star is born.
So, anything you buy in provisions that you don't use, you won't keep, you won't transfer over. So as I said, heirlooms act as a kind of currency for upgrading the town. These all just immediately get converted to gold. That's your ending amount, and these are your quest rewards. And again, everyone, 2 new characters leveled up, and Dismaz and Reynold gained 2 negative traits. Fengophobia, which is stress resistance, minus 20% when the light's above 20%, sorry, 75. And Lazy Eye, minus 5 accuracy, so that sucks.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
I assume that's him. I assume that's him who's talking, the caretaker. But, so, yeah, you do the first mission, you unlock the first couple of areas.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
So the Abbey has 3 locations that you can put your party members on to reduce their stress. So, for example, like Emery and Dismaz could probably do with sitting out the next fight. So, let's see, for instance, we could do that. Oh, the other one is we can activate the tavern.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
You do find that the caretaker will actually sometimes occupy a slot and you can't move him. It's just an added like little way of dicking with you. So bar will increase stress recovery, gambling increases stress recovery, and brothel increases stress recovery. So later
Strong
upgrades
drink,
can reduce the
a game of
cost.
chance and companionship. The
So-
rush of life.
So Dismaz, oh yeah, that's it. Dismaz is a known cheat, so he can't gamble, so he can only go to the brothel. Fetch me more pillows. Whereas Emery can gamble. Now you have to do another mission before they come back, or else they won't have any reduction. So 2 new heroes have arrived. A leper.
This man understands that
an
adversity
occultist.
and existence are one and the same.
We can increase the max number of heroes we can have as well. So. And yeah, that's pretty much how the game plays at the moment. There's lots of, I don't know, there's lots of like little elements all come together to make the game so much better. If we go back to an embark screen now, you've got more quests that you can take on. There are bosses that can appear. So that's a scout mission where you just have to explore at least 90% of the rooms. Then you've got another one where you have to fight monsters. That's a large map, and that actually has it. Heroes will camp, so that's where you can use the campfires. And you unlock other areas and different areas of different monsters in them as well. So like brigands and undead and cultists. The Weald, from what I could tell, has things like fungal monsters and other like hideous kind of corrupted trees and shit. Warrens I'm not too sure about. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this game. Just thought I'd show the sort of tutorial level and some of the elements, how it works. It's basically that simple. Later buildings like the guild and the blacksmith will allow you to slightly upgrade the weapons at a cost. The survivalist camp over there will allow you to unlock the other camp skills for your party members. The guild hall will allow you to unlock all of the skills for your party members. Well, I think you can only ever pick 4 of them, but it means you can kind of tailor the party a bit easier to the sort of role you want them to play in the field. As I said, the sanitarium will actually get rid of negative traits, so for instance once it's unlocked I could bring Dismaz and get rid of his lazy eye quirk. You could probably also get rid of his known cheat one, so then he could gamble. Not quite sure what this is. This just seems to highlight. This may only be for Kickstarter backers, I don't know. The Nomad Wagon, they have really expensive accessory items you can equip. And yeah, that's about it as far as I know. That's just your goals. I believe, yeah, that's where all your accessories go when you find them. They're actually the only thing that do transfer over after each mission, so you can build up a stock of them to give to different classes. And yeah, that's just your menu. So yeah, I quite enjoy it. If you want to check it out yourself, it's currently on Steam, so it's early access. They expect it to be there for about 6 months at least. Will they be adding at least another, I believe it's another 3, maybe 5 classes to an already pretty decent list of playable classes. There'll be more monsters, the remaining 2 dungeons to be added. And they haven't ruled out the possibility post-launch of adding more to the game, such as more dungeons, tile sets and more monsters, more party members. It might be a bit pricey for some. It's $14.99. That's in pounds, so I don't know, probably close to around like $20 if you're in the States. So you might look at that and wait for a sale, but if these are the kind of games you're really into, I wholeheartedly recommend you go for it. It's a really nice roguelike. If you like games with permadeath, this is pretty good. The quirk system's really nice. The way you sort of gain an attachment to different party members based on their sort of skills and what missions you brought them through. It's a nice little combination of things. It all seems kind of gels, in my opinion. I think it's quite fun. So yeah, I've been having fun with this. Check it out yourself, as I said. I'll put a link into the description so you can check it out. And thanks for watching. Have a good one. Crystal Rocket signing out.